Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, before we do continue, let's give a brief little review. In the last part, a number of things have happened. However, the situation was getting a lot more complicated. Izuku had a lot to think about as Alien X, and is still dealing with the fallout of being, well, aware to a cosmic level, beyond that even. And that has manifested in a few things Deku's noticed. He does have romantic feelings for his best friend, Mina Ashino, but he has a girlfriend, Kendo. She's an alien, half alien, involved in his life. He's trying to be normal, but with Mina at his side, he saw her more professionally after their experiences in the future. He, going forward, saw her as a friend to help him stop an invasion on Earth, stop a big threat when they were 16. But all of the warnings have come to pass. He knows that they will win, but his main problem is if the future is set in stone. If the world is going to, well, change, will it change for the better? Will it change for the worse? Will he be able to save it? All these things that he's been pressured with, they've happened. And now Izuku isn't sure of anything. All he knows is he couldn't stop the warnings. And now he's thinking about a lot. He wants to make things work with Kendo. But trying to understand that with Mina, yeah. He's kind of backed himself in a bit of a corner. And currently Deku, he was trying to make his relationship with Kendo work. She is still an outlier in this part of his life. She might know about it and be involved, but she's not as involved as Mina Ashito. When he came back, Mina was there and Kendo wasn't. But Izuku, he is still trying to balance these two lives, since they just keep smashing together and one is bound to break. Now, with that being said, Deku and Kendo, they went out to spend some time together. And while that was all happening, we also had David and Melissa Shield, who were kidnapped by the DN aliens. Now, we do currently have on Kai's ship. It's been a few days, and Deku, he's got a lot going through his mind. They have not found anything on DN alien activity. They've been on the down low, and that isn't really a good thing. They're trying to look for any weird things on Earth. Volcanus might be around, but he's not the priority. The priority is the invasion. They've still got to deal with things with the plumbers. Izuku's still got to find out how to figure that out. The plumbers will be destroyed, and that's the only thing that has not come to pass. So, it's certainly something. That on Deku's mind. Him currently going to rack the weights that he was using. And here's a turn. Him gonna walk out of the room. As he's gonna do so, Mina actually has someone gonna stand there. Him a lot more surprised. Hey. You okay? Yeah, I am. Just, got a lot on my mind. You want to talk about it? No. We haven't found anything yet, and that's my main concern. But when we do, going about that is going to be weird. Yeah, I assume so. Listen, are you done in here? Yeah, I am. Um, I could work out a bit longer if you need a partner. Oh, no, I like to use the room for meditation. Oh, does that help? It does. It has a lot of benefits. Though it also helps me focus more on my abilities. Right. Huh. Question. Hmm? Have you made any progress on that Anodite thing? No, I haven't. I don't understand it. I mean, if I am an alien, it doesn't make sense. Why wouldn't my mom tell me? Why wouldn't my grandpa? Or, well, it just poses a question. If I'm part alien, then was it my grandmother? Or, you know, good question. Though I'm not too sure. Whenever I was stuck with Bellicus and Serena, I tried to ask about the Anodites, but they wouldn't really tell me anything. All they were really willing to tell me was Anodites have incredible power. That's all I got. Really? Yeah. Though I gotta go. Maybe head out and see if I can find something at the usual locations. Find out if there's something going on. Head out with Bakugo, maybe. Just leave for a second. Would that be cool with you? Well, why wouldn't it be? I'm just saying, you gotta meditate and clear your mind. I need to go clear my head the best way I know how to. It's been it's been a whole day. I'm gonna turn. And Mina, she does see the way that Deku's acting. He hasn't been the same. He said it was a few weeks, but he never said how many. That's the concern of it, because she knows everyone uses that phrase differently. A ton could be, what, 6, 7, 8? Or a dozen, 12. But a few. I mean, if those things are so powerful, what is a few whenever you think like them? And it does what concern her. And Renner's just a turn, gonna walk over. Her gonna fold her legs as she's afloat up into the air. And her eyes do begin to glow. Her still thinking about a lot. How to get through this password? Or is it possible to hack into it? It's a highly encrypted file, and it has Magister access. That's strange. Her grandfather must have locked this. But if he really did, then why? Why would Mark do that? And it does make her think. And Deku, he does gonna head out. Currently, I'm gonna head out on patrol as there actually is Kai. Kai sat there, still typing away on the computer, trying to figure a few things out. And she tried to think. But then there was an idea. She wanted to get some feedback on something. Maybe see if Melissa could do her a favor. I mean, it'd be simple. It'd be easy. All she would need Melissa to do is head out and go to the plumber base. Get her a bit of information and maybe tweak that bug they put in their network. It would help. Though getting Magister access, that would be the hard part. And when she tried to message Melissa, tried to send her a comms chat, she didn't pick up. And that was a bit strange. So she tried again, and nothing happened. And Kai just sat there. Her currently going to hold up the button and press down onto it. But we're going to send through a voice message. Try to tell Melissa she needs to talk to her urgently, and she needs to pick up. This is important. And if she doesn't pick up, it could be bad. They could still be behind on their search. And this is where Kai does a set on her badge. Her turning on the security alert as it doesn't go to beep. Nothing comes through for the next 2 hours. And that, it seriously does concern her. However, she isn't then going to pull up the map. The badge shooting up a hologram and showing where Melissa and David currently are. And this, it's a plumber's safe house. Though they've been there for a while. They're doing their own secure work, so it should be fine. Okay? It's just a bit of a problem. And that's the main thing. If they're at home, then why aren't they answering? And Kai, she tried to send a communication through to David. But whenever that fell through, she actually started to get a bit more worried. And this is where Kai did get to do one thing. She just sent a message to Bakugo, and he did come walking to the room. Him asking about what the hell is going on, and she would try to tell him. He needs him to go check on Melissa and David. She's still running a few pieces of data and information, though she's pretty sure her scanners are messing up. What do you mean? They keep picking up this strange thing out in the middle of the desert. I don't know. Information's messy? We can check that out later, but I'm more concerned about Melissa and David. If they're gone, it could be a problem. Right. Well, we can head out there with everyone else. I mean, if they run into trouble, they would have told us, right? Maybe. Or maybe they were ambushed. Their badges haven't moved. They're probably at home. Or safe, but I just want to make sure. They've been silent for a few days, so if they have run into trouble, then we don't know when it happened. That's true. Right, I'll go head out. Though, probably should message Zuko. Her gonna turn and tell Bakugo. She'll handle his Zuko, or actually, how about he handles the Zuko? She'll go talk to Mina. What do you mean? You and I have known him for a while, but I think he'd rather hear bad news coming from you. Why? He's blunt. You're an asshole. Fair enough. I'm gonna turn and walk away. And Kai is concerned. Deku needs to just have something to focus on. His mind has been scattered. She can sort of tell. He does that thing. It's hard to describe, though she does notice it. Kai does get a message Mina, and Mina, she does have her meditation interrupted, since she began to feel an energy. It felt strange. It was a presence. It was weird. But she didn't know how to actually describe it. It was close. But what was it? It felt a little eerie. Kai opening the door to the training room and expressing they might have run into a problem. Mina can actually, somewhat, have her feet fly down to the ground. Her lowering herself down as she's to ask what happened. And the two, they do begin to leave. Now, there actually is Bakugo, who does go to actually message Deku and then bring his badge up. Him gonna have it magnetized to the top of his car as he does put both hands down to the wheel. Before, he has to turn his right hand and go to adjust the speed a bit more. Run the car speeding up a bit and going fast. As Deku, he does actually have his badge beep And he doesn't bring his hand down. Him going to actually pull it out as he's to press the button. Him going to actually have it, well, stick to his body. Asking Bakugo what's going on. Because he's a bit busy. You flying? Yeah, I am. What is it? Listen, we got a problem. There's something weird going on in the desert, and we don't know what it is. So far, I'm not sure if it's a problem. I don't think it has anything to do with the aliens, since they're hiding activity. This hasn't been, what, cataloged by the plumbers? It's new. What I'm thinking is it's got something to do with Melissa and David. It might. That's what I'm talking about right now. I'm checking in on them and seeing what I can do. They've been radio silent for a few days. They have? Yeah, they have. So, you got your head on straight? Hmm? Come on, give me an answer. Deku could actually land onto a building. As he does, gonna face to the top and fly down. Him currently as Big Chill. And he isn't gonna find anything. There is no activity. Nothing on the knights or the aliens. In this, it does concern him. Him could actually fly to the top and express to Bakugo. He's fine. He's just been dealing with a few things. Have you? Yes. I. Deku bring his hand up and going to actually turn human. His badge going to unstick from his body as he brings his hand down, catching it. Telling Bakugo, it hasn't been easy. It's been weird. And he doesn't understand that. Huh. Please. You want to know weird? Try being shot out of the Milky Way at 11. Or, yeah, about 11. That's what I consider it. Before then, actually, but that's besides the point. What do you mean? Deku, I grew up in space. In fact, coming back to Earth wasn't easy. But, compared to that, you going all power, crazy, yeah. Not cool. I'm asking if you got your head on straight because of what I've heard. Pull out Alien X again, you get stuck like it, right? That's the gist of it. And that's if I get lucky. If time doesn't change, then people could die. Yeah, I got that part. But listen, we can all handle this, and we've got to work together. So, you got your head on straight? Not really. I have a few problems. Like, Bakugo. I know Mina has a thing for me. Bakugo actually getting a bit more surprised. He's really not that stupid? Huh. So when you figure that out? About after I came back. I already had a lot to go through my mind. Bakugo, when I said I was trapped for a few weeks, to me it was. On Earth it was 5 days, but to me it was almost 6, 5 months. I don't know. God damn. Yeah. You'd be surprised the amount of things that I can do in that time. But you just think about what's important. I thought about what was important. I don't know. Bellicus and Serena said a lot of things. And they showed me a lot. I don't know how to deal with Kendo because she's trying to be a part of saving the world, but she's trying to be a teenager and just be human. Mina actually took the time off. She's actively trying to help. She knows how serious this all is. And I get that Kendo is trying, but I'm trying to figure this all out. My head's in a daze, and I don't know. Any advice? So, you're asking me for advice on whether or not you should dump your girlfriend and date Mina? No, no, no. It's not like that. Kendo and I are trying, but I'm sure she'd understand if I go silent after everything right now and talk to her after the world's saved. She does want to help, but she's getting busy. She's got her tournaments, she's got her training, schoolwork, all that. Right, right. Listen, I was gonna ask if you wanted to meet up at the safe house, check up on them, maybe save me a tank of gas, you know, head back with me. Maybe, maybe. I'll, They could bring his hand up, grabbing onto the Omnitrix, telling Bakugo that he'll see him there soon. And Bakugo, he doesn't close the channel. Him, a lot more surprised, since he does need to call back Kai and tell her about a few things, since Izuku hasn't found anything with the Forever Knights. They can clear that information and get that off of the table. Though, there's also the fact that him and Mina could. Yeah. He hates drama. Him would actually bring his hand up and grab onto the adjuster. Him would actually move it forwards a bit as the cars speed up again. Bakugo flying fast down the road. And Deku, he does get to transform in a jet ray. Him gonna fly to the safe house as he does a land. Him gonna actually head inside as he does begin his search. And there is later whenever Bakugo, he does get to show up. Him gonna actually park the car and get out. Him gonna actually turn, bring his hand down onto the hood, beginning to adapt his body to the metal and walk in. And there currently is Deku, who he does look around the room, and he's looked at everything. There's no signs that they've been here for a while. There's no anything. The lab's been torn up and destroyed, and everything for data. It shows they're gone. And Deku, here's a turn walking over to a security room. Him bringing his hand up under the wall and going to actually pull open the piece. Him turning and looking at the information. Pressing a button as the wall does to open up. And Deku, here's a watch the painting open up. I'm going to turn and talk about it with Bakugo. The two are going to step into the room and see nothing. The cameras are all blank, and the rooms are empty. Okay, so not much there. Deku walking over and sitting down, before typing in a few things and backing up much of the footage. And they were going to see it. About 4 days ago, David and Melissa Shield were abducted. And this is an issue. And that certainly means quite a lot. Now, Deku, he would immediately send through a comms channel, a message to everybody. And Melissa is still quite scared. The aliens are trying to have them work on a lot of projects, a lot of things, but it just doesn't seem to make sense. The technology she can understand, but it shouldn't be viable, at least not with components on Earth. But they're trying. It just doesn't seem right, correct. It just doesn't make sense. And this is where the group, they do decide to check out that strange energy reading in the desert. And Deku, when they do go to pull up, he does just don't stand there. Him getting out of the car as there is the ship, which does go to land. And Deku, he has a turn. Right now the group gonna walk up as there currently is Deku. There's Mina, Bakugo, Kai, and Kendo. These five, they've come out here to check this out. And Deku, he asked Kendo to come along because it could be an emergency. And this, yeah, she doesn't understand. I mean, she can take the night, but she does need to do a few things after this. It's important that she's here. It's good that she's here, I guess. Though, she's not sure how this might go. Especially if this is a serious thing. But being a part of the team, it's been nice. Different? Yeah. It's been cool. Now, Deku needs to walk up. Him looking at the wall. Oh, what is this? Is this a military outpost? Kai, you never said what this place was. I didn't know it was here. I don't get it. The readings didn't show this location. It's probably old and secretive government. I'm gonna turn to Bakugo. I'm gonna express. I mean, if you want to do something that's either experimental or stupid, you do it out in the desert, right? So, he's assuming they were messing with stuff here. Possible alien in origin. So, the aliens are probably using it because it would look abandoned. And it would be the best place to do so. You get strange energy readings, you do so much radiation. If this place was condemned. Though, they can search on public records and see what they can find. And that is quite interesting. Everybody going to walk inside as they do see a few strange... What is that on the ground? Now, Deku, he does stand there. And when he does it bend down and take a look at it, there is where he does hear a voice. My, quite good that you're here. I won't get a turn. And seeing a man laying on an old rusty lamppost. Him gonna close his watch and turn, walking up expressing. You know, he definitely has been waiting. Deku gonna blink, as soon as I bring his hand up and bring his hand onto Deku's shoulder. Going to express. They've kept it waiting for quite some time. They are behind schedule. What the fuck? I'm gonna turn and bring out his hand, trying to punch the man in the face as he does it disappear again. Paradox going to sit there on the curb, expressing, you know, was this the first time they met? Or the last? The one of the two, the second to last, the second to first? It all sort of gets muddled in the end. Though it's good that they're here. They have quite the problem. And currently, a sound can be heard. Paradox going to bring his hand up and look down at his watch. And Deku, he does get a blink again. The man gonna disappear as Deku turns his head and everyone, they're looking around. A lot more confused. Since this guy's teleporting. And it's alarming. Right now, Paradox bring his hand up and going to whistle. As Bakugo turns his head and sees the man sitting on top of a building. Him yelling out, they might want to get back in the car. Now, Bakugo, he does that turn. Him bolting back to his vehicle as that thing, it's moving fast on the ground. And it's zigzagging through a pattern. And Deku, he stares at that. Confused. Currently, it crashing into the house Paradox was standing on. And the house is going to fall. Deku can actually step forwards and fly into the air as Jet Ray, after transforming. Him going to fly up and land in the area, not seeing the man? Oh, what's happening? Now, everyone, they bolted back to the car, And when that thing was making its way towards the group, Deku, he came flying down. Him going to actually grab Kai and grab Kendo. Mina going to actually run up into the air as Bakugo, he was bolting on the ground. Him leaping into his car, as when he did so, he had to put it in drive. Him going to take off as currently that thing is chasing Bakugo. And Deku, he does go to actually land the two on the car as they do begin to climb in. And Deku's a turn. Him blasting away at it as Bakugo, he does actually turn his head, yelling for Deku to be careful in the paint, since he's got claws. Now, with that being said, Mina currently is running, and she has to bring her hands up to blast down at this creature, unsure about what it is. And Paradox, he does sit there, him staring down at the watch and thinking, as the hands of time, they move forwards. Now, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed, and have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.